Welcome to Moonbase 2.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Moonbase 2 podcast. My name's Andy, Corporate Commander TFW, and I'm joined this week by the... oh no, there's nothing on my desk. The nail polish of my life.
I am stealing a bit from Kimia, and I have ginger beer.
What?
They always talk about their drinks.
Oh, okay.
So I am drinking a low-calorie but full-sugar ginger beer.
Well, I have Asda's finest sparkling water, which is 59p a bottle for 2 litres.
Hang on, the price has gone up since the last time I bought a bottle from... I used to get them for like 15 cents. Sorry.
So,
is that just Portsmouth because it's all full of poor, bitter people?
To be honest, I'm not sure how much it is. It doesn't actually have the price on it. I know it's cheap. I usually buy the 4-packs. So
he just chose his money. He
I
just
do.
literally just hurls wads of cash at people in Asda. They get knocked out and they lie there crushed beneath his mighty wad.
For those in America, Asda is our Walmart, so you can tell it's a high-end establishment.
But kind of like... yeah. But like, without all the benefits of your Walmart...
Yeah.
It would be but there's an ad where a woman slaps her bottom. So...
Do they still do that now? I bet they've taken that away.
I've seen it a couple of times.
Really? To be fair, I haven't seen an Asda
I'm assuming
advert
they've
for a long
recast
time.
the woman over the years, but...
No, it's the same one.
I also don't watch enough mainstream TV anymore to catch all the various advertisements anymore.
No, that's why I was surprised that you kind of said it with authority, like you were, like you're on the ball, like you knew.
I know things.
Were you just bullshitting, though? I
No,
bet you were bullshitting.
I know things. I know things. I know lots of things. None of them are relevant to the real world, but I know things.
One or two things you know that are useful, I'm sure. I believe in you, Mikey.
I know 17 ways to gut a carp.
Gambarimasu, Mikey!
Gambare!
We're here to talk to you, the dear listener, about Transformers this week. And we are going to kick off with, as usual, the third-party news. And there's only one bit this week. It's the Civil Warrior General Grant. I didn't know what that was, but apparently this is the War Within Optimus Prime. We have coloured prototypes of this and prototype images of the trailer he's coming with. So it seems like there is... is this Optimus War Within Optimus Prime one we've covered before? Because if not, we are getting an influx of Dreamwave Optimus Primes.
I think we've covered the main robot before.
Are you sure it wasn't another one?
All I can think of is that this guy is stylized.
Right. Is he?
And because he has real proportions, not, Pat Lee proportions.
I don't know. He still has a pretty meaty chest, shall we say?
Andy.
Mikey.
Think back to Pat Lee. Think back to War Within Cybertron Optimus Prime. War Within whatever it was, Optimus Prime. And think just how far ahead of him his boobs went.
Let me counter you that, Mikey, with how long ago was that? And how good is my memory?
Like a goldfish.
Exactly.
A goldfish that has banged its head off the glass wall one too many times.
That's right. I've been punched in the head by Ryu too much. Sure you can. Aye! Why? So yeah, we have a few images of this guy, whether it's one we have covered or not. I don't know. Mikey says we probably have, and yeah, fair enough.
The trailer is new.
The trailer is definitely new. The main Optimus Prime robot is apparently 25 centimeters tall for you people who like your height, and 29 centimeters combined with the trailer, because the trailer does have a combined mode, because that's just what we do. This figure
galactic combined mode, if you will.
What's that?
It's a very galactic combined mode, if you will.
Yeah, I suppose so. It's got more than 30 points of articulation and LED lights in the chest. Because I guess boob lamps are all the rage these days. So yeah, the trailer. Did he have a trailer in the
No.
the Dreamwave comic? Because I can't remember.
No, and this seems very not war. I keep saying that. This seems very
Fall of Cybertron.
Galaxy.
Oh, Galaxy Convoy.
What's the name of the show?
Galaxy Force. Cybertron.
Thank you. Oh god, no, it's not Cybertron because that didn't exist. But
oh, it did.
That was a terribly dubbed show. But yeah, the Galaxy Force design, like the underslung guns and the big boots and the very specific angles on the wings that stick out way too far.
Yeah. Actually, I think it does have a slight nod towards a slight nod towards the Beast Hunter Optimus Prime. Mainly because of the Gatling guns aspect to it.
Maybe.
But I would also like to throw out there that the dub of Cybertron, I think, was actually taken from the 90s and it was a time capsule thing that someone discovered and decided to hold on to it till this point in time, or whenever it came out, because it was so bad it was like a 90s dubbed anime.
Yeah, and not like Samurai Pizza Cat's dubbed anime.
No.
Because that was glorious.
Yeah, but they deliberately made that bad and changed the entire script because they didn't have one. So they went, well, what do we do? I don't know.
Make it up. And it turned out it was glorious.
And apparently the Japanese liked it as well.
Yeah, they loved it.
So that was great.
Because it was basically like, wait, we can do this? But then the problem was people started trying to do that on purpose. It's like when Star Trek did the Best of Both Worlds.
Mm.
And they did like, we're going to end the season on a cliffhanger. And it was just like, and then they came back and it worked, and the second part worked, and then they said, like, that worked by accident, yes? We will now do that on purpose for every season. It won't always work.
And series. I'm pretty sure they did that for every series as well after that, didn't they? Yeah, they did.
Almost all of them.
Almost.
DS9 escaped it a couple of times. And Voyager did as well, but that's just the nature of Voyager, really.
Yeah, sometimes, not all the time. Anyway, Optimus Prime combined with his thing. The one thing I do like about this, I do like the underslung Gatling guns, though I preferred my 6 or 8 barreled Gatling guns rather than a 3-barreled Gatling gun.
Oh well, if we're going to be elitist about this,
I am. It's because it looks cooler. This is a triangle spinning round. Who likes triangles? Occult people like triangles.
People who like to support their roofs.
You know who like it, Mikey? Illuminati. Do you support the Illuminati? Because I don't, so this Optimus Prime, garbage.
I mean, I'm not really familiar with their policies.
They've got the thing on the Washington Memorial. Go and watch National Treasure with Nick Cage. He'll tell you about Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Illuminati. Don't you worry. I think that's what that movie was about. I never watched it.
I did.
Oh.
That probably says so much that I don't remember the Illuminati having anything to do with it.
I was told by people that we knew that it was a good movie series.
That's fine. I remember it. I laughed.
Okay.
At the bits you were supposed to laugh at.
That's good.
And
that's good.
This was like in a period before. No, it was after Nicolas Cage went insane.
Okay. Yes.
But before I knew that he was a giant nerd and therefore excused the insanity.
You just thought he was nuts.
Yeah, I just thought he was a weird. Like he was just like sitting at home rocking backwards and forwards, going like la la la. I'm gonna do Ghost Rider 2. Yeah.
Do you know why Nick Cage went crazy?
Ghost Rider 2?
No. There was a reason why he went crazy, and it's because he's actually Subaru.
Oh, Jesus.
And the reason he's gone insane is he's died too many times and had to restart.
Hang on. Are you saying that eventually that series is because it's just like this is him years later, and it never worked. It's that one timeline where it all went horribly wrong for him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he's just like, kill me.
I'm sorry to spoil ReZero season 9 in like 30 to 40 years, but it turns out Subaru is Nick Cage. Spoilers. That's all I've really got to say on the Optimus Prime, believe it or not. What's that?
Who's he married to, Andy?
No one. We know who he's married to. You can look at the tabloid newspapers for that.
I know, but I don't know if she has a horn.
Well, that's between them and their bedroom time.
It's funny.
Do you want to take us on, Mr. Mikey, the next bit of news, unless you've got anything else to say about Optimus Prime?
I like it that he's stylized, but if you're going to do Dreamwave, I honestly just say go for the full puff.
Okay,
just go all out there. This guy looks too IDW.
Fair play, Mr. Mikey.
But the next bot of news for you, humogs. We have Transformers Generation Select Seacons Wave 2. Lob, Claw, and Kraken, which are better names than Nautilator and Seawing. Also, neither of these would be a Kraken. Manta rays are not Krakens. I'm just getting it out there. So, these are the deluxe class toys that are going to be coming out via Generation Select, which are going to combine into King Poseidon, or if you're on the western part of the world, Piranacon, and I'm still holding out for the better, more piratey version. These guys are going to cost 8,208 yen. So, for the pair, are $77, or you can order them individually for 4,000 yen or $38.66.
How much was the previous set? Do you remember offhand? Maybe?
I'm not sure. I remember because they did. I don't think they came as a set.
Right.
I think because I think the Coelacanth was about the same price as the deluxe.
Okay.
But I'm not sure how much Turtler was. But yeah, we get lots of pictures of these guys. We get their accessory counts. They're coming with various guns, and they're coming with, the limb parts. Seawing comes with some sort of very oddly shaped axe, which I'm assuming is forming the handle of a sword.
I think that's a safe bet, yeah.
Yeah. We see their limb modes, and overall, I think these guys turned out really nice. I think Seawing's the weaker of the two. But overall, I like the head sculpts and everything else. I think the lobster mode on Lobclaw is really nice. For the limitations of what you got,
Sure.
I think the Target Master modes work for both of them as much as they ever did. And I think Seawing is good, but it's just you can see the holes, if you know what I mean.
He's definitely made from cutthroat.
We better hope that no one notices this bird is underwater. This vulture appears to be drowning. Help me!
It happens.
But yeah, I would, and he, Lobclaw would be Sinner Twin, wouldn't he?
I don't know, to be honest.
Just the overall layout of the backpack and everything else.
I'm looking at the chest and trying to remember, is that Blot's chest or is it? No, I don't think it's Blot.
No, I don't think it's Blot.
Yeah, you might be right with Sinner Twin. Actually.
I think it would I actually think it would be hard to get Blot into this kind of shape.
So who's Blot? Is Blot Scalo?
Maybe?
I can't remember.
We're assuming they're doing 1-to-1 as well. They might just be doing some retools of the same figure.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I like them, Andy. What about you?
I'm a little bit mainly because of how much they are. That's the big kind of nut twister I find, because I do think they look good. They look hella fun, especially again for what they are, which is retools. But you are paying a hell of a premium for a retool, because you say each deluxe figure individually is $38.66.
Yep,
that's. How much did you? Again, I'm gonna ask because maybe you know. Do you know offhand what the Generation Select deluxe releases are? Are they less than this? Are they the same? Are they more?
I don't know off the top of my head. All I know is that I can get the cassettes, the dinosaur cassette pack with Frumble in it for that money. And
right.
I'll be honest, I may very well do that instead.
Well, the thing with that is that's a one-time purchase, basically. You buy it and it's done. You've got to buy this set, you've got to buy the Turtler set, and then you've got to buy another set. So, I mean, just this set and the previous set are going to be... I'm taking a guess here, because as we say, we don't know... We can't remember and we can't be bothered to find, to be honest, how much Snaptrap and Scalo were. But I think they're going to be more. So it's safe to assume for four of them, probably $150, $160. And then you need another two, which will probably be, again, $77. Is it? Yeah, there'll be another two in this set, one of them. Yeah. So that's another $77. So that's like... what, $220, $230 US dollars?
I'm going through, like, Ricochet, the Generation Select figure, and he's $20.
Okay, so it is even like more than that.
He's an older one, of course, so,
sure.
You have to factor that in, but a little bit on the concerning side.
Yeah, that's why I'm definitely not as thrilled, because these are definitely a markup, but... I don't know.
We've said it before. Like, there's a very good chance we're getting a box set of Space Pirates out of this, because they're advertising him in the comics.
Yeah.
So, it's the fact that these are they feel overpriced, and in the back of my mind, I'm going like, I mean, if I'm going to pay a premium collector price for something, couldn't I pay that for the better version?
Well, here's another question. Do you think that these are being sold slightly more expensive because they're being sold in these kind of individual 2-packs versus what if, because we don't know for sure, if God Neptune gets made and he's going to be put in a box, one can assume, do you think that might be cheaper than the overall cost of this first version, effectively?
I don't know, really. I mean, I was wondering if it had to do with the fact that these are Takara figures first that are being brought over.
Perhaps.
Like, the other generation select figure. But then, I mean, I don't think the Star Convoy is crazily priced.
No, not like, so, how much was that? Do you recall?
Not off the top of my head, I'm afraid.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think these guys, there's some premium in there we're not seeing. But if someone was saying like, okay, you've got these 2 Takara Deluxes at $30 each, I'm just like, okay, it's expensive, but we know how this game is played.
Yeah.
But they're, adding an extra nearly $9 on top of that, and then they're making sure that if you want the full set, it's going to cost kind of a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
I mean, if I think about it, right? So let's say $77 for the 2 deluxe packs, if you buy them as packs. So 140 plus, probably, you're going to hit 200 easy on buying all 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would be surprised if a box set costs 120 to 150.
Of course it might.
Based on previous ones, It
might, but yeah, that's why I was wondering, since God Neptune's theoretically getting a box, if his might be cheaper as well. Potentially. No idea, but...
The question is, will Energon Piranacon be in there, and how much will he cost?
He was a BotCon exclusive, wasn't he? The brown one, you mean? Brown and purple and yellow?
He was never released, and then he came out through the Collector Club.
That's right, yeah. He was not a handsome boy.
No.
Not even for G2 colors, because they kind of went... they went dark colors, and then every now and again had a light color in there, so it just kind of was messy. You want to just go offensively bright when you go in G2, in my eyes.
He was just weak.
Yeah. But no, the actual figures themselves, I do think, look nice and good overall. It's just the price seems to be a bit on the harsh side for me. I do like the head sculpt for Nautilator, I think he's called. Yeah, Nautilator. I do like that. Sounds like Megatron, as we all know, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
How does anyone's voice get that low?
Who knows? But yeah, not enough to the point where I'm willing to overlook the pricing, I think is fair to say. Shall I do the next few bits then, Mikey?
Feel free.
Okay, we had a Figure King number 259 magazine that came out. And the reason I'm throwing this in is specifically because they have information on MP 48 Lyo Convoy. Specifically, it mentions in the magazine that they have more images and they're full colored of the robot with all of his gimmicks and all of that stuff. But sadly, the previous shown Artemis figure is confirmed to be cancelled, so he's not getting Artemis. Yeah. That's why, I wouldn't have put this in otherwise, because we usually don't go through the magazines. But I thought that was worth bringing up, because both you and I have been wondering for a bit, where's Artemis? Why haven't we seen any proto images for her or anything since then? And that's why, because she took a bullet to the brain, I guess, and she's been put into the outshack. Yeah,
sad.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. It would have been, if it lowers the price, which I assume it would have to, then I think for the most part people are generally going to be happier, because I don't think it's an essential part of the figure, but it would have been a nice accessory for sure. And
it is costing a fair whack, and I do feel she added to the whole price.
Yeah, but I would have assumed that the cost probably would have Takara probably or might have looked at that and gone, okay, we can't include her and keep her at this Lyo Convoy at this price. We need to knock it up even more, and it's already high enough, and I don't think people would want to pay any more than it currently is going to be.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
maybe we'll get lucky and she'll come out some way. But I'm
That'd
sad.
be nice.
I like that Artemis figure a lot.
Enough to buy the figure?
I mean, if I had the money handy right now, I'd probably put in a pre-order anyway. Because
Ooh.
he's hitting a lot of my crazy buttons.
Okay, yeah.
You know, the rule with me in masterpieces, the ones that get my attention are the weirder ones, and
Which is interesting because you have not bought a Masterpiece figure.
Yes, it's called
for
not
years.
having employment for a while.
Well, I would have also said because it's none of them have hit that crazy button for you because a lot of them haven't been.
No,
arguably
my
that
God,
crazy.
like the crazy stuff. I don't think we've had a really good crazy one since Road Rage.
No, and even then, it's just like Red Tracks.
Yeah, Red Tracks, who's a girl.
Yeah, that's why it was crazy because it was given a good backstory.
Yeah.
I guess the other crazy one probably would have been Dinobot.
Yeah, well, Dinobot's just like that. How, what?
Yeah.
This don't physics,
No.
but it physicked.
You know, I know a good crazy one that you'd want to buy because you'd love Alien. Love Alien.
Love Alien.
I love Alien.
I love you, Alien.
R.I.D. Megatron.
Ah!
I
Why
love
would you do
Alien.
that? I would love that alien.
Do you know why? Because it's Ghidorah, but Kevin's dead.
Either that.
The other two
or-
heads killed him.
Either that or something much worse.
Oh no.
Middlehead died.
Oh no.
And now it's just Kevin and Righty. And
Yeah,
they were just
Ri-
like, oh no.
Because Righty was the obedient head, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That means Kevin's supreme.
It explains
no.
a lot of our ID.
I hope people know what Kevin is. People should know.
Yes, Kevin is glorious. Kevin has taken on a life of his own to the point where the actors, the suit actors, for want of a better term, are starting to meme him.
Oh really? Oh, that's really cute.
Because a picture came up there a couple of weeks ago of them on a sound set together, and it was just them doing the picture that started it all, which was serious, and then the guy who plays Kevin, I've got my tongue out, yay!
Oh, that's great. Oh, I like
Apparently
that.
he's really into what Kevin became, like because he was just like, this is my legacy. And it's not a nice thing to have to say, but certainly in America, motion actors do not get the credit they deserve.
No, certainly
Like,
not.
The amount of work they put into bringing to life CGI characters. Mm-hmm. Like, if your name isn't Andy Serkis, who's heard of you? In all honesty.
Yeah,
So
and Andy Serkis only got really known for Gollum because he was voicing it as well. He was doing more than just the physical stuff, so that's how a lot of people connected him.
Yeah, I mean, no knock on Andy Serkis, man,
of course
talent,
not.
but
Yeah.
it's he has kind of dominated the talk about it, so it's nice to see. It's nice to see this guy getting some recognition for putting some work in.
Yeah, that's good stuff. The Artemis figure is gone. I thought that was worth mentioning. I don't think there was anything else of significance in that magazine.
One thing I want to know about.
Okay,
and
I must have overlooked it.
I have no idea what the story is. I can't find any information on it. But those last two pictures,
What are they?
they are some sort of grey prototype Soundwave,
No.
and a line art for a somewhat stylized RC and Bumblebee.
I clearly didn't look at them because I saw that story and was like, that's all I need. Let's have a look. Oh, okay, yeah.
I have no idea. I went looking and I don't see anyone talking about it in the thread.
Oh, yeah, there's even a prototype. There's the drawing and then the prototype of Soundwave. Huh.
And that, I don't know, it doesn't look like it's the vinyls.
And it
'Cause
doesn't
they're-
look like the Soundwave transforms either.
No, I'm curious. I'm curious about this one.
Maybe we'll find out
Montio.
more stuff, and maybe it's to go along with the translucent Megatron that they have in the magazine that we've talked about before.
What's Montio?
Are they not a vinyl company?
We'll find out, won't we, Andy?
Perhaps not.
Mayhaps. Montio. If I look Montio, it just brings out Hollow Knight.
The video game.
Yeah. Okay, so there is some sort of toy company or something that does Montio. What? Oh, hang on. What's this? 3D printing. I don't know. It's like, if anyone knows what this is, please tell us. It looks odd.
Yeah. I'll take the next few bits as well because it's another quickie. Takara, we got more information on the Takara Mall exclusive Big Convoy reissue Matrix Buster Edition. So we saw this at a convention however many weeks/months ago, and we weren't quite sure exactly what it is. Well, now we know. Now I know at least. We saw it at Wonderfest, Wonder Festival in this year. So this is a special reissue of the Big Convoy mold in the original toy colors, because that's right, the other release was more cartoon accurate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anime accurate, which was the earlier Encore release. So this one also comes with the enormous Matrix Buster, which I'm sure is compatible with the other version as well. If you already have it.
I would guess, considering it's a gun.
Yeah, exactly. This massive accessory is also as big as the figure itself, as seen in the cartoon. And yes, you can insert the big Convoy's Matrix into the cannon, which I didn't know was a thing because I haven't seen Neo.
It's how he powers it. He basically just sticks it in there, and it's a big gun.
Well, that makes sense. Fair enough. It also comes with small Navi figurine is included too. Navi is a small flying drone computer that helped Big Convoy and his crew to control the spaceship Gun-Ho. This reissue is scheduled for February next year. It's going to be 9,720 yen, or about $91.54. It's going to be an exclusive, so if you want it, you got to get your pre-orders in with those special places. How do you feel then, Mikey, knowing about this figure? Does it make you Jones for it?
I'm amused that this is the non-anime colored one.
Yeah, this seems like the one that you would have done. This seems like a retrospective thing where they went, can we just release it again but with a gun? And it seems like they did.
How do we make it different so they'll buy it? We could use toy colors.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's great. No, I like this. I think the gun does not look like it goes with this toy because those colors are very earthy and that gun is very anime.
Yeah.
And neither does Navi. Navi just like genuinely the anime colors would work a lot better with this. But I think they look solid. I think I think the Big Convoy toy is a good toy. I think this is a neat accessory. Yeah, it's fine. It's cool. I'd like to see more reissues for this line.
Do you know what always annoys me about the Big Convoy toy? And it's always promo images. I've never found a good solid way to get the gun to stay on his back.
Without him falling down or just staying there?
With just like not being in the way, because of the shape of it, it takes up so much room behind him as well. It's a fudging mess.
Yep. I'll be honest, you're not wrong.
No. Yeah, I will agree with you that he is a good toy. I don't think he's a great transformer, mainly because he's a big old shell former, but he's a good solid figure to have in your hand. And Mikey, you can go over and tell us all about the thing that is Masterpiece 44 Optimus Prime version 3.0. Enter the Evangelion.
Oh god, the Evangelion version of this is going to look weird. But yeah, Optimus Prime has started hitting the peeps out in the world. I've seen a couple of reviews. I haven't watched them, but I've seen them pop up. And Karatomi has tweeted that the new figure has received a Japan Toy Awards 2019 recognition. So the International Tokyo Toy Show website listed all the winners for this year in different categories, and Optimus received a recognition in excellence for high retail toy category. Hang
on, is there a pill bug for one of the things?
That might be a Revoltech thing, because Revoltech's been doing these like high grade, crazy, realistic looking insects and scorpions and things like that.
Do you see how big it is? They've got a picture of a human hand, and they've just got this massive. I think it's a pill bug, just like on top of this hand. Jesus, it's huge. It's a little TV. Is that meant to be like a little tiny working TV?
I don't think that's a real pill bug, Andy.
Oh no, obviously.
Like it would be, that thing would kill you. That thing is trying to eat you.
Yeah. Also, it's a toy. I mean, these
you
are
never
toy
know.
awards. Yeah.
But yeah, I suspect that's probably Revoltech.
Okay, and then there's a Battleship Yamato of some description. That must be like a high-end one. Yeah, because it's 37,000.
Kishiryuo, I think, won this year. Yeah, it looks like Kishiryuo won this year.
What's that?
The Sentai mech for the dinos.
Oh, really? That one?
Rio Soldier. Which is, I mean...
It doesn't do anything.
It's a Sentai mech. I'm not sure they really deserve an award for being the best toy.
No.
Considering they don't do anything.
Boom. You're not wrong, though.
Yeah. The TV won an award. Is that a little working TV?
That's what I asked. And then you said, no, it's not a real pill bug, Andy.
I was focusing on the pill bug, Andy. The Geo driver. The Jiku driver is in there. Yeah. It's alright. I bet that gimmick, when it breaks, is just nightmarish as like a watch shoots off to the left.
Oh, God. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Japanese Barbies. Yeah. But yeah, so we get a few shots of the toy in sort of its dramatic posing. And he has the ankle tilts. But like we said, the toy has hit the mainland now. So we do have comparison shots of it with other figures, including the Masterpiece Megatron and the Ghostbusters MP10 convoy. Also, we have an interesting bit of cross-cultural confirmation. So it turned these things frequently come with audio, and these are aimed at the Japanese market. And there is usually a lot of bitching from people when these audios don't include Frank Welker or David Kay, or whatever. And you and I just sort of sit there and go, "Oh, you." Well, this thing comes with a set of Japanese voice clips from the Japanese voice actor, who has done good work over the years. But apparently, if you press the button enough or hold it down long enough, it switches and it has a bunch of Peter Cullen lines, which are apparently newly recorded.
Yeah, it's hold it down. I saw a video on it earlier. You hold it down, it makes a sound, and then good old Peter comes out the mush.
I mean, that is neat. That is quite neat. It's also, I think, the first time Takara's actually recognized that we exist.
Probably, I guess.
So, I don't know. I think that's a nice inclusion. Overall, the figure's looking good. I still have problems with its accessories.
What issues do you have with the accessories? Because I didn't know we were getting a tiny Carly. At least I can't remember we were getting a tiny Carly.
I think we were. Yeah, I think that was confirmed. Like, I said this thing is too expensive.
Yes, I mean, yeah.
Like, it clearly comes with a hell of a lot of stuff. Not all of that stuff needs to be there to make this a full and enjoyable package, in my opinion.
I would throw out there, though, that when I saw these images of, like, it transforming and stuff, I get why it's as much as it is.
Yes, like, the engineering on the toy would certainly knock it up into the 200 margin.
Yeah, the fact that
not the
like
400
the side of the fact that the side of the cab is stored in his legs, in his shins, is kind of impressive.
Oh no,
but
I
yeah,
think the engineering of this guy is nuts.
400. I mean, you could probably knock off 100 or like a minimum of 50 if he didn't have the trailer. But
yeah,
you know, that's the price of a Prime. He has to come with a trailer.
Price of a Prime. I mean, it's a good-looking trailer.
It is, but it never really does anything.
Yeah,
really.
And I would love to handle this.
Same, yeah. I'd be a little bit scared too.
Yes, there's that as well. But I have no urge to own it.
No. But for me, I do feel I get why it's as much as it is, and it does look like it's not a slight improvement over the 2.0. I think it's a big improvement.
Like, that you can just in base proportions, it's a big move forward. But
yeah.
You know, it's been, Jesus, how many years now? Nearly 9 years,
something like that. I think there'd be like a decent reason for you to have like MP 2.0 as Nemesis Prime and this as Optimus Prime, because then it'd be like, oh, it's his bigger, thicker, evil brother.
What about that one guy who has all of them?
Oh no.
Remember that? Do you remember that picture? I think they were all about to shoot a Galvatron.
Oh no, I do remember that.
Yeah, it's just like, who are you, mysterious person?
You and I both know that that's more than likely gonna happen with this Optimus Prime as well. Maybe not to that extent,
yes.
Or maybe it will be.
Yes,
but I think we can easily throw down a Nemesis Prime is gonna happen. And a Shard Glass is more than likely going to happen?
I would not be surprised. An Ultra Magnus will happen. There'll be a gold one at some point.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we got a reissue of a new Evangelion rebuild version.
I mean, that would make sense because they've been cranking them out, haven't they?
But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, lots of primes. I get why it's expensive, but yeah, I hope people enjoy it when they get it.
Yep,
that's all I can say. Shall I take us on, Mikey?
Please do.
Apparently, Transformers Cyberverse Season 2, Episode 1 and 2 are available on Cartoon Network's website. I am personally unsure if this is only for America, as usually when these things are available to watch, it's usually blocked out in our humble little simple country, the United Kingdom.
Season 1 is available to us on YouTube.
Okay.
The American Cartoon Network, it is blocking it. I should point out as well, this isn't what they're showing here is not episodes 1 and 2. It's episode 1 part 1, episode 1 part 2. Because for some
episode
reason,
1 and 2.
They're releasing it in 5-minute chunks.
Oh no.
on the Cartoon Network app. The whole show, I think, is aired in at least one country.
Right.
But it's not an English dub. Australia is up to like episode 10.
Oh wow.
I think.
Okay.
I've seen 2 English versions. The first 2 episodes. So it's pulling a DuckTales.
In what sense?
It's just all happening.
Okay.
At once, you know.
I don't believe that it's as good as DuckTales, though, to be honest.
I don't think many things are as good as DuckTales.
Yep.
I think you're setting an unrealistic standard of beauty.
I'm just saying, like, it was like when the Batman animated cartoon came out.
Yeah, it was alright. It was fine. Mr. Freeze was okay.
Yeah, my usual streaming site doesn't have the new episodes of Cyberverse up yet, so I can't really say. You sound fairly happy with it though, so that's a plus.
I was surprised. I'll be completely honest. Bumblebee's talking.
Oh, good. Okay,
there's no explanation. He just is.
Oh, thank God. That's
but
good.
the way that like the opening 2 minutes is just not what I was expecting from any Transformers show.
Right.
Which was like, I'm going to give a few smallish spoilers here. I'm just to get them out of the way, but they are things that like this deserves credit. So do you know how you usually have the now robots in disguise?
Yeah.
For a season and a half.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
What they do is they basically there's a massive time jump between the end of season 1 and season 2, and in it you have like a really quick montage of basically the fact it would be really hard for these guys to remain hidden in a modern world with cameras and video phones and everything else.
I mean, that is true.
So it's like, there's a police chase going on, and what? And like, there's epic robot fails. Like, there's a YouTube series of like robots falling down, and it's mostly Hot Rod and Bumblebee, and so on. And then they just get straight into it, and it's a very action-packed. Got some pretty intense moments to it, in all honesty. Soundwave is amazing, because Soundwave is the background music. Soundwave's a dick. He talks and everything else, but he just goes around playing music constantly. He's into heavy metal.
Okay, yeah.
And he's largely doing it to piss people off.
Right.
Because, like, Shockwave walks away from him and you just hear in the back, bum, 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 bum. And Shockwave has this look of just like, I hate you so much. And like he's just sitting in the seat of Nemesis playing music that's like dramatic background music, and you know it's him because it suddenly gets cut off and it's just like, and he's just like, oh, and just wow, what a nice use of a character.
It sounds different as well from other Soundwave incarnations, which is good.
Yeah, the Autobots are largely good. The ones we get time with. Optimus is still suffering from the fact no one will let this poor boy act.
Okay,
but I think all the voice actors sound a lot more comfortable in their roles.
Oh, that's good.
Grimlock's great. I like really good version of Grimlock. But yeah, and also episode 2 is a little like if I was a young child, I would be a little unnerved. Like this show really is not pulling its punches anymore. Like they are trying to make the absolute most of the time they've gotten. They're very aware they don't have a lot of time.
I'm interested to see if I'm as excited by it as you are, because as I've mentioned a few times beforehand, I was just kind of blech on it, and you were a bit more into it than I. And I'm hoping that I can slide into a bit more enjoying it than I did for the last season. Yeah,
I think a lot like the problems with Bumblebee are gone.
Okay, well, I mean that's a big deal.
Yeah, and I think I just feel season 2 is a notable step up.
No, that's good. I will say that I did see the intro for the season, and that's not improved.
No, I like the music.
I don't. I think it's very standard.
It is.
I think this is a problem with Western shows as well. They don't know how to make an intro.
Yeah, and they've gotten worse at it over the years.
Yeah, they've gotten more and more just like, but just put them out.
More than meets the eye. If you say that enough times, people will go, oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was... You could say that was the most important thing in the 80s for a cartoon. Like, if it had a good intro, it put you in the seat and you watched as a kid.
Apparently, and this is, I was told this is true, when they demoed the G.I. Joe theme song to investors...
the original one back in the day, you mean?
Yeah, G.I. Joe was there, that one, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People started crying. They thought it was so good.
Wow, really?
In the investor meeting. They were just like, wow, this is so well done, and it's so appropriate and everything else. Like, it's amazing.
Wow.
And we were just like, really?
I mean, it's good.
Yeah. But, you know, there is a lack of internal musical identity in a lot of Western shows these days.
Yeah. So I hope that changes, but I'm not sure it will. But that's my other complaint that I had, because that's the only bit of season 2 I've seen so far. Talking about things that are continuing, Mikey, Unicron, what's up with that?
Yeah, so proceed on your way to October 6th. Unicron crowdfunding project extended because they probably weren't going to make the money. Because I was assuming they had like a bunch of orders sitting there from retailers. But this move, and like so were people on transmissions and things like that. This move suggests to me that they didn't have as many as they thought they had. Because I was hearing right up until the day this was announced that retailers were saying, well, our stuff won't be counted until August 31st.
Right.
So, but yes, Unicron's, there was an official announcement. Where was it on? I don't know. And Unicron's Kickstarter backer thing, it's been extended until October 6, 2019. This is the last day of New York Comic Con. Now, again, this suggests that they really want to get this toy made, but didn't think they were going to. I am mixed because it was gaining a bit of a momentum there. I feel like this should have been something you announced on like the 31st.
Yeah, probably would have been wise.
Just to see how much you could get it. And I also think you still run the risk now that this thing is going to go real close to the wire, because there's going to be very little in the way of support between now and, like, I'd say the 1st of October.
You don't believe that it's going to help too much, do you not?
I think it might help, but I think people are just going to do what they do with all of these backing things and not do anything until the last minute.
Mm-hmm. So
I think that could be a flaw. What's your take on it?
It made me laugh because I was like, okay, so we're delaying it even longer. Okay, we'll wait and see. The debate of will this actually happen or not will continue, I guess. So, I mean, for me, it's not that big of an issue, just because I'm already deciding I'm not doing it. So it's just okay. Well, we'll see what happens. I did see though that Mikey, you can change his chin. Did you see those images where you can swap around his chin?
Yes, I honestly don't know why.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know, because the animation and the model of him changed a few times.
Okay, this is where I go, did it?
Yeah.
I don't remember them Unicron's like the least interesting thing about that movie.
I don't know. I
mean,
really
it's an
like
event,
Unicron.
but I like Unicron, but he's not like, he doesn't, as he grabs you in the way an earthquake grabs you. Mm-hmm. He doesn't really grab you as wow, what a great character.
Oh no, well, yeah, but that's why people want to have like the different models of him, I suppose, because he was the event. Because the bit where he flies to Cybertron after he transforms, his face is his face is very different there from when he actually like slams his hand onto the planet. It's a different design, almost completely for the head. So I can see why they did it. It's just a funny little thing where it's like, oh yeah, you can change his chins. It's a really weird thing. It's almost like a Figma kind of thing.
It is a bit odd.
Yeah, but that's all I have to say for Unicron myself. Shall I tell you, Mikey, about something I am quite not excited for, but was quite impressed by? The advert that we got recently for the War for Cybertron Siege toys, the story behind the figures.
They're for sale.
What's that?
They're for sale.
They are for sale. Usually, it's been a while since I think we've had an advert where I've been like, oh, wow, there's effort being put into this, but I think it's because this one's not for TV, to be honest, since it's a 40 seconds long. I have a feeling that this is just for the internet. But we got a bit of CG, which isn't great. Then we have some really good promo shots of the toys, but with CGI backgrounds, with buildings exploding, quick cutting to characters. It does a lot of really interesting things and shows you that, the 6-gun changer gimmick. You have some really good dramatic cameras and lighting. And I was looking at it going, wow, someone gave a shit when making a toy commercial. Granted, you don't have anyone playing with the toys, showing you them transform and stuff. I was like, you know what? I really liked it. I thought it was a nice little advert. And kudos to the people, because I assume it's more than one, that put this together. I thought you guys did a very good job. I was very impressed with it. Effort was in this.
I think it came together very well.
Yeah, I really love the lighting and the explosions going off and how the explosions going off cast shadows and stuff onto the real toys. I think that's really nice. So yeah, kudos to you guys. I guess I'll take the last bit of news because it's another quickie. TFCon DC 2019 special guest has been announced as Donald F. Glut, the writer for some of the episodes in G1. A good old G1 writer. So if you want to go and talk to him about his specific episodes that he's done, as well as the other stuff he's worked on, including G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, Spidlerman and His Amazing Friends, DuckTales, and the Mighty Orbots, you can head down and say hello to him. Mikey, that's our news, unless you've got anything else. Or you want to say anything else, of course.
Someone asked him about that movie he did with the Jurassic ladies.
Was that a porno?
I'm saying nothing. I'm just saying someone asked him about that movie.
Oh no, Mikey.
Ask him about the movie, Andy.
You're a dirty little boy, a naughty, naughty boy.
Naughty. Also, I this is one of my favorite things about him. Don Glut, the man who very openly said he didn't like working on G1 and was in it for the money.
Please come to this Transformers convention and talk about your work. I mean, that's fair, If at least he's honest about it, at least he's not lying and be like, I love Transformers, and then in his mind going, fuck this shit. So at least he's honest. He's honest in his disdain. Mikey, what have you been up to this week? What have you done for fun, you little dino what's-it, you little cheesy cracker?
It's been a large, work-heavy week.
A work-heavy work week, heavy work.
Yeah. So there's a few things from a couple of weeks ago I want to mention, and there's a couple of things from this week, but in terms, I haven't seen a new anime episode in about a fortnight.
Get out.
I think I'm suffering some sort of withdrawal. So I don't really have anything in that regard. I have made my way through the Monogatari's a bit more, but it's actually seeing stuff I've already seen because I want everything to be fresh in my mind. But so we didn't talk about it last time, but we really should have. Be time. Hey Andy, there was a movie on Netflix.
There was.
It was all right.
What was it? Hey Arnold.
I don't know, Rocco or something.
To be fair, I saw that as well. I haven't seen the Hey Arnold one.
Was there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a Hey Arnold movie.
Yeah.
They revived Hey Arnold.
Well, it's the same with Invader Zim and Rocco's Modern Life. I don't know if it's came out, but I know it was coming out.
Jesus. But yes, I watched Invader Zim. Enter the Flopus.
Boom.
Sorry.
That's what they did at the start. They did that.
They did. They also did I think the moment that just made me settle in was just like, I can see you set everything up. You saw nothing. And I was just like, I'm home.
There were some things I didn't actually like about it. They're not major things, but there were some things that pulled me out a little bit. And the first thing specifically was the animation was clearly done on a computer.
Yes.
And I don't think it had as rough and dark of a look as it used to. It was a much brighter show than it was previously.
I will agree with that. I think it looks good, but it's definitely there's a tonal visual difference.
Yeah, I personally would have just turned the brightness or like up the contrast on it a little bit just to give it some darker shadows, because like Invader Zim was really not just like dark in terms of its storytelling, but its world was always dark.
Yeah.
It was not a pleasant, and it looked fucking dirty. Everywhere was filthy. And the other thing I noticed was Membrane's model was completely different.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, like he'd porked on some pounds and got really thick.
Yeah.
Which is fair, so Dib. But
I can move.
The writing was on point, though, and so was the voice acting. Gaz was a little bit too happy as well.
Apparently, this is a thing.
Oh, what do you mean?
Apparently Yonan Vasquez hates the Invader Zim fandom, properly hates them. I don't know why. I think he had a really bad encounter with them, and it just sort of soured the whole thing for him.
Oh, bummer.
When he was doing the comics, which are still ongoing,
the Invader Zim comics or Johnny the Homicidal Maniac?
The Zim comics that started a few years back, he apparently made the very conscious decision to tone Gaz down because he felt she was just too far into the cruel range. She didn't seem like a sister. She seemed like a tormentor.
Yeah, I would... That's why I like Gaz.
Yeah, Gaz is great because Gaz don't give a shit.
No.
So Gaz was made... there was a bigger emphasis on family in the comics. And he said when he did Enter the Florpus, he wanted to bring that tone for the membranes.
Oh, interesting. That makes a lot of sense. That kind of adds a lot to the...
she's still Gaz.
Yes, but she's not as fucking horrifically mean.
Yeah, she's not terrifying. But there is that moment where she just, gives Dib the eye and leaves backwards and just, she'll kill you.
But there isn't a scene where, like in the show, where Zim has started to turn Dib into baloney and Gaz walks by and rips a chunk out of Dib's head and eats it?
Yeah, no, there isn't that.
That's cannibalism.
She stalks a man over a video game. And breaks him most hard.
That was a really good episode. It's horrifying.
Yeah, Gaz wanted to play the game.
Yeah, she got it too. She won. And that kid was an asshole too, so fuck him.
Yeah, because that's the thing about Gaz. She knows her targets.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff I wasn't expecting in this. The ship. The ship was just what?
I actually thought On the Prison Tack was going to be on there, to be honest.
Yeah, I expected Tack, but I didn't I felt the ship fell in nicely for that, I think.
Yes, yeah.
And it was a nice little father-son story, but also Zim's story being a very, very, very Zim story. Of just Zim, the world you live in is your little place, and fuck the tallest. I mean, I love them, but also I really want those practical models they had at the end for the tallest.
The puppets, yeah, they were great.
I need those, please.
Yeah.
Market, please.
But that's why Invader Zim was cancelled, though, Mikey. He didn't have toys.
True.
I don't think that's actually the case, but it could have been. It was in the era where it could have been true.
I got to admit, I had doubts.
Same.
Because you have to have doubts.
Yes.
But, man, I was slipping into a really comfortable pair of shoes.
Yeah, I was very satisfied, even though there were a few things that I thought were slightly off. It didn't sour the experience.
And hey, if they said, okay, we're now going to do a series of these films, I'm all in.
Yeah, same. I'd be up for seeing more of it.
In fact, the conclusion is there is no conclusion.
Yeah.
It's just them and no one else. Just I win anyway!
Was not only Gaz, but was the world less cruel as well, do you think?
I don't... the world, they still got the incredibly useless, brainless humans all over the place. But they don't have herself, the class teacher.
Oh, yeah.
I think she's been phased out of the comics.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, I think, he was aiming overall for a more, he felt just more an approachable tone.
Okay, well, that's true.
But while still being very Zim.
Do you remember the huge pizza pig thing?
Yeah.
In the show, he's kind of weeping and wanting to die, basically, but in the movie, he's not quite as
depressed,
horrifically bleak. So yeah. I wondered if, again, that was another thing. Since you mentioned about Gaz, I wondered if that was another thing, and it seems like it probably is, which is, that's fair enough.
It's been a good few years now. The guy's style has evolved.
Sure, yeah.
And yeah, a good little experience.
Yes, yeah. I definitely will watch it again. I hope it comes out on like Blu-ray or DVD or something.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
I also on Netflix finished this yesterday. Watched the Dark Crystal: The Age of Resistance.
Oh, that's by that Jim Henson lad.
Yeah, the ghost of Jim Henson rises again. I had many doubts about this.
Why is that,
many
Mikey?
doubts. Because it is fundamentally it's a reboot. I mean, it's a prequel, but it's a reboot in that, hey, we're bringing back that nostalgia thing you love.
Mm-hmm.
And also we're in the age where we're afraid children are idiots, so we have to tone everything down.
Okay.
And it's a puppet show. I bet they use an obnoxious amount of CGI. And so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. And also, I haven't seen The Dark Crystal since I was 7.
I'm going to throw this out here, Mikey. I don't like it at all.
The Dark Crystal?
The movie.
I barely remember. I remember 2 bits, and I remember they scared me.
Yes, it's visually incredibly impressive, but as a story, it wants you to think that there's all this deep lore and never tells you anything about it.
Yeah, it's like you're at the end of a... That I do remember. I remember it's like you're at the end of a book.
Yeah.
Well, what if I told you, Andy, now I have read the book?
Okay.
Or at least I've read the first third of the book.
Yeah, because is it movies or is it a series?
It's a series. It's a 10-episode series.
Okay.
They're about an hour each.
Right. Oh, wow, actually. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, it's set 100 years before the film.
Right.
And it's basically the start of the downhill slope that would basically wipe out most of life on the planet.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a very strong show.
Ooh.
It's a very, very strong show.
Mikey says to watch?
Yes, Mikey says to watch. In that, yes, you'd even say like, Mikey says to watch. And fair play to Simon Pegg, by the way.
Oh, Simon Pegg's in it. Oh, well,
Simon Pegg plays the Chamberlain.
Oh,
okay. That guy. And you would not tell it was Simon Pegg.
That's good. That's how it should be.
Yeah. That's the thing. They have some named voice actors in here, like Jason Isaacs is in there, Benedict Wong. But in no point do you go like, oh, you're being hired because you're a name.
Oh, that's really good. I hate it when... I mean, that happens a lot.
Like, Mark Hamill's in there, and he sounds very Mark Hamill, but he's also like, it's Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
The man knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But, like, everyone in this who is a name was hired because they were a name who could do voice acting.
Okay, that's good. Surprising, but good.
The visuals are great. The design work is excellent. The actual puppetry is just like, God, that's a skill set to develop.
Do they fight with samurai swords, though, Mikey?
They don't. I didn't think that through at the time. There is CGI.
Right.
Like, they do have some CGI scenery.
Is that? I was going to ask if that was background stuff.
Anywhere they can, they use practical.
Excellent.
Like, there are long sweeping shots over forests and rivers and everything else, and they're all real world. We went out there with a drone and filmed it.
Oh, that's really cool. Good for them.
And a huge amount of set work. But
so you're saying it's a cheap and nasty show?
Oh yeah, filthy show. Visuals are atrocious. Very vibrant colors while also being very grotty. But yeah, the writing is it's high fantasy. It's very well done high fantasy. People say, oh, it's a Game of Thrones with puppets, and I'm just like, don't you talk down to this show. This show has more consistency than Game of Thrones.
Stop saying Game of Thrones for everything. God damn it.
Invader Zim is the Game of Thrones of alien shows.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but the characters are all good and engaging. The plot is tragic. Especially since the ultimate tragedy, it doesn't matter how well it goes in this season, you know it's that they're going to lose.
Yeah.
I think they've said they're going to be 3 seasons, so I'm just waiting for everyone in it to die. And people die, not always nicely. And there is horror, and there is deeply uncomfortable moments that, as a child, you would want them out of the room. As an adult, I'm just like, I don't need to see this. And apparently they said this is the toned down version, that there's like multiple versions of different scenes that they went, we can't use this. We filmed it, but we can't use it. But I've got to say, as someone who doesn't really remember the movie, the standout runaway stars of the show are the Skeksis.
I mean, that makes sense. They were always the stars of the show.
But like, not just visually. Like, from what I remember, I don't remember the characters of them. I remember their visuals, and when I ask people, they say, oh, the design work. The characters of the Skeksis are fascinating. The Chamberlain, especially, he is the primary villain, even though he's not the Emperor. But, like, it is, like, they spend a huge amount of time with the villains. Like, in some ways, I'd say more than they do with the heroes, because ultimately the heroes are reacting and the villains are what's going... Like, the villain... Like, you could do another season and you don't have the same Gelfling characters, but you had the Skeksis, and you'd feel the continuity.
Right.
The Chamberlain's my favorite character in it. He's really, really well done. Very nice combination of approachable and completely sinister.
Mm-hmm.
There's some very good body horror with the Skeksis. There's just one bit with an eye, which is just, oh god. And like the idea of what they are, and we get their full backstory as well. But what they are and what they represent, and it's just very well done. If you're into anything with good visuals, this is really worth your time, in my opinion.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is it just called the Dark Crystal then?
The Dark Crystal: Age of Resistance.
Okay.
But yeah, and the other thing of note was Kamen Rider 01 started, which is the first Reiwa era show. It is being written by the guy from Exade, so I've said it before, expectations are there. It's a strong start. It's very much an episode 1.
Yep.
Very much an episode 1. Like, some people are going like, it's the best episode of Kamen Rider ever, oh my god, and it's just like, no, it's not.
Are people just getting swept up by the hype?
Yeah, they
okay.
are.
I mean, that happens.
Yeah, it's an episode 1, where it means it's all set up, and we don't need to spend much time with the characters. It's just laying stuff out. And the main actor is trying too hard in some scenes. Like,
he does look super young. I wondered if he was like 14 years old.
But there's moments where he's like, you're doing the Japanese overacting thing, but you're clearly not experienced enough to know exactly how to balance it.
Right.
Which is fine. Like, referencing back to Exade, that was his first acting gig, and by the end of it, he was just real damn solid.
Yes.
But he had a rough couple of episodes at the start. But yeah, the basic world is there is a corporation which developed androids called Humagears, who have sort of taken over a lot of roles in society, and there's bad guys who are using false rider belts to sort of hack into them and set them against people. I'm not sure what the theme is yet. I think it is going to be like, how human are these things?
Yeah, more than
because likely. They do spend, like, they have one, and he's a comedian, being played apparently by a real world comedian / bodybuilder.
Oh.
And they just have a scene where he's going over a recording of a performance in his head, and he just starts smiling, which I think is a really effective way of showing, like, he's not just doing it because his programming is telling him to walk out there. There's something coming. There's feedback for him.
Yeah.
And also there's a really, like, this is one of the bits that maybe go, okay, you can tell the writer is on the ball. Where the main character, Aruto, he's running into an amusement park that he works there, and he runs back and past an android, and everyone else is ignoring them, right? And he just very quickly goes, "Morning, Yui," and runs on. And like, you'd blink and you miss it, but that's what's like, okay, you've just very quickly set up the base of his perspective on these things.
Yeah.
Like, he's clearly invested in them on a personal level. And the action is pretty solid. Apparently the director for this episode is famous for causing nausea and controversy because he likes sweeping shots.
Oh, you mean, when you say nausea, you mean his camera work?
Yeah. I didn't notice anything, but he, from what I could see, he hasn't done... This is his first time as the main director, so I'll be curious to see how he goes.
Okay.
But the action shots are very good. The special effects are good. There's some good logic in the fights. Again, that sign like, oh, we're trying. We're thinking about why would this guy who's never, raised his fist to anyone, why can he suddenly fight?
Yeah.
But yeah, setup for the next episode is the secondary rider. I think his name's Vulcan. He's wolf themed. And yeah, like, I'm into it. I will be watching it. I hope to enjoy the show. Yeah, we'll give it a chance. And Andy will try it in 10 weeks, probably.
Give or take, yeah, once, in theory, the story starts up.
Yeah. And I honestly haven't thought about Geo until today when I accidentally saw a GIF, and I feel like that says a lot. Andy, what about you? What did you get up to this week?
What did I get up to? Well, last week, as I may have mentioned, I watched Fate, Heaven's Feel Part 2, Lost Butterfly. Is that what it is? Yes, Lost Butterfly. Fuck, that was good, Mikey.
Good movie?
Oh my god, I fucking loved it. It was really goddamn good. It's not a heavy action one compared to part one, but it's got a lot of good character stuff in there, and oh man, yeah, it's good. It's ufotable as well, so it's pretty as fuck. I'm really looking forward to the last part, but that isn't coming out till like next year, and then probably like then winter until we get like a release where I can watch it, unless it was shown, like part 2 was shown in America. Maybe part 3 will be shown in the UK, but I doubt it. But I doubt it. Yeah, I've also started watching Violet Evergarden. I'm 4 episodes in. It's not usually a anime I would watch, as it's not people beating the shit out of each other or any kind of like action like that. It's very much a girl learning to understand emotions, which is kind of interesting. But it's pretty as fuck. Yep. Who did it? It was the animation studio that got attacked in the fire attack, wasn't it?
Yes, unfortunately it was.
Yeah. So they did like it's
people have been pointing out that animation studio had a high percentage of female animators in it, and maybe that was a little motivated.
I mean, do you have any evidence to back that up?
I've only read a few stories, and obviously they're being translated, but apparently the guy was saying some pretty dodgy, sexist things before he came back and set it on fire.
All right, fair enough.
So, like I said, I don't know, it's one of those things where I can't tell where the rumor starts and the fact end.
Sure. So, I mean, it was bad either way.
Yes, I think setting a creator's studio on fire and killing 30 people was a bad thing.
Yeah, but the actual anime is... I'm still too early in to give a solid recommendation, but it's interesting so far. I've also been watching Vinland Saga. I'm up to like episode 6 or something. I would describe that as... It feels like Berserk. It's not Berserk, but it has that feel of... it's a harsh world. It's set in old Viking times, as the Vikings are invading the England, and it follows a boy, and he wants to get revenge on a dude who killed his dad. That's kind of where I'm at the moment. So it's not a happy show, but I'm enjoying it. It's good, and again, it's quite pretty. What else? Again, Lord Elmaloy, Case 9. They're on a Mystic Eye train, so they're buying and selling Mystic Eyes. This feels like everything was leading up to this. Like the other ones were kind of establishing episodes, and this arc is the main thrust, as we've spent like 3 or more episodes on the train, and it seems like we're going to spend more time on there. So I'm enjoying that as we're kind of getting more into the show proper. Demon Slayer has hit a point where, you know, in Bleach, where they showed off all of the high-leveled dudes. We're at that point in Demon Slayer. Again, I'm not hating it. I can't say I'm loving it either. But it's okay. I'm more than happy to have this show going, probably because it's set in ye olde times and is pretty. Yeah, and ye olde times is samurai times more so than anything else. Have I done anything else? I mentioned that I did watch Hereditary. I did watch Captain Marvel. Did I talk about that?
I think you said you weren't super impressed.
Yeah, okay, I did talk about it. Yeah, it's like, yeah, no, I'm all right. Was there anything else? Oh, I can talk about what I got as well from TF Nation, because I didn't do that. I got 2 Sky Stalkers, I think they're called. Scorchers? Yeah. They're kind of the G2-y kind of guys. And I'm not sure if they're full G2 or just partial G2. I'm trying to remember which ones they are. It's not Eagle Eye, because Eagle Eye was one I had. It's a black bomber and a blue fighter jet. So that I'm sure someone out there will probably know offhand. I also got Micromaster Base Hot House, who's neat. His little base mode changes from a fire station into a mobile tank, which is pretty cool. I also got the what are they called? The dual Micromasters from back in the day. The one that was a shuttle, because I had the rest of the team, and I used to have the shuttle one as a kid, but that went a long time ago. That went before my other Transformers were, I assume, stolen. Like, this one was gone a long time before that, so it's good to get it back in and join him up with his buddies. I got the boat from the Rescue Patrol for the Micromasters. Again, that kind of went walkabout, so I've completed the Rescue Force Micromaster team. There's also, what's it called? Autobot Piranha, I think he is. He's one of the Rotoforce. He's the boat, the speed boat. Do you know that one, Mikey?
I know him to see him.
Yeah. He's not too bad. The problem is, at least with this one, is you push up on the front of the boat to kind of lift his head up, and that's quite loose. So I'm wondering if there's somewhere I can get in there to like tighten that up. I'm not sure, but I'll have to have a go at that. And that was it. That's all I got from TF Nation. I didn't get a huge amount at all, really, just because I wasn't in that mood to buy stuff. Oh no, I also forgot I got a non-Transformers thing while I was there called the Keroro Mark II, which is you know what Keroro is, I think, Mikey?
It's a frog.
Yes, it's the green frog guy riding a bigger frog. That's
frog
a mech
on frog action.
Yeah, it's a mech suit version of him. Which is quite nice. It was a little build I made and put that together. It's a cheap kit, but it also came with a bigger version of the normal frog, which has two big anime eyes, which you push into its skull. A peg comes out the back of its head, and you twist it, and then it twists to a new set of eyes, which is useful and still quite horrifying, and I don't feel comfortable doing it. Mainly because it's just weird to push eyes into something's skull.
And you go froggy.
Yeah, exactly. It was a cheap kit, but I was like, oh, this is weird and unique, so why not grab that? So I did. And this week, I got in through the post Genesik Gao Gaiga, the Super Mini Player kit.
Fuck you!
Yeah, I've only built Gaiga, and he is a vast improvement from what I recall over the standard Gaiga. He also has, like, one of the problems with that Gaiga was he had a tiny head for his robot mode, so he could transform. But this one also comes with a different head, so it's bigger and in proportion with the rest of its body, which is, useful, so he doesn't look silly. I haven't built the rest of the Gao machines to make the God of Destruction just yet, but that's in the process. I think that's it. I don't think there's been anything else of real significance. Looking around. Nope, I think that's it, Mr. Mikey. I think that's all I've been up to this week. Are we gonna do any? There is one thing I want to mention because we did get a comment from Mr. Jeremy Dennis on our from the Files of Teletran 2 Patreon episode. I can mention it here. We said on the podcast that we weren't sure what the visor was for Optimus Prime that he was talking about in Transformers 84 issue 0. Mr. Jeremy puts on transmissions, we speculated that the visor was from how Optimus was drawn in some of the early panels in Marvel TF number 1. Great art at the time, as you mentioned. So I didn't know that he had a visor, especially in some of the panels, at least in the early Marvel G1 comic. So I guess that would make sense. It still feels weird, but I guess it's one of those lines that makes more sense if you've read the main comic. Otherwise, it comes off a bit strange for Ultra Magnus to randomly say to him. Would you agree with that, Mikey?
I'd agree. I also have some feedback.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yes, this is from Joshua Cassio. I know he's not a watch. Dear Michael and Andrew.
Oh, Michael? Who's Michael?
I don't know. I've never met this
Michael.
Andrew asshole, but he sounds like a dick. Since finally seeing Jobby's video, Monster Island Buddies gains 10,000 subs, and
so we learnt about loving loving
Do
Alien.
you love Alien?
I love Alien.
I love you, Alien. But he's never seen New DuckTales, but he does want the Scrooge minifigure. You should see it. He has a question. As parts 2 and 3 for War for Cybertron are unknown, what G1 or Beast era character would you want to see? Hope you read this. Best wishes, Spider-Man Prime.
So, what was the question?
So War for Cybertron.
Right.
Season 2 and 3. We know what's happening. We don't know what the characters are going to be. Is there anyone from, like, the full run of G1?
You mean the toy line?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were talking about the comic. I was like, what?
I kicked my mic. I actually kicked my mic. That
Don't
was
do
the
that.
first.
Don't do that.
So were there any like G1 era characters you'd like to see?
Now,
Or Beast era.
are we going for the stipulation that if it's a G1 character, it's a G1 character that has to not have been done? Because you could argue that
we can put that stipulation there if you'd like.
It might be an idea just on the basis that, I mean, then they're not following that idea. To be fair, as we're going back through the usual cast of characters, but I think it'd be nice if we had some characters like Apeface who haven't had toys. I mean, an easy answer is Snaptrap, and I don't think it's out of the realms of likelihood that that's going to happen anyway, right?
No, I'd agree with that.
What, Beast Wars, guys? I'll throw out a Beast Wars one because that could be interesting. So, Beast Wars. Who could you do from Beast Wars that would be interesting? Rampage. Give him like a full-on Cybertronian mode, something beyond his weird Protoform X. He has no back kibble, which was pretty much what that CGI model was. I think it'd be interesting to give Rampage slash Protoform X something, and then you could also do a depth charge as well. If he did a depth charge, I'd want him to have like a Stetson hat or something, like a cowboy hat, so he could be a full-on hunter. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah. What about you, Mikey? What would you like to see Beast Wars wise?
I think Beast Wars, I'd go with something like out there, like Transmetal Scavenger.
Oh, the not Inferno Transmetal.
Not Furno, yeah.
Yeah, even though he totally was Inferno.
No, shh, go to sleep.
What? He was an ant, though. You shush.
Did it smell like chloroform? But I always like that design. I think it would be interesting to see an updated version. G1. Who could you do for G1? That would be interesting. I mean, if we're going the full gamut of G1,
Signal Lancer.
That's sadly not.
I know he's not. I know he's not G1. But then you could have a light off fight between him and Soundwave.
Oh man, that would be good.
Yep. You're one light, Soundwave. I am three lights.
I am all, and mine say stop. Will stop. I'm trying to. There was one guy. I had him in the back of my head there, and I'm just trying to remember who it was. Oh God. He's a predator.
Okay.
Who I think are very NG1.
Yeah, I'd say so. They keep on getting referred to in some circles as G1.5.
The yellow one. No.
I think you're thinking of a Fierce Swoop.
Is that it?
I'll send you an image of Fierce Swoop.
Yeah, because I think that's the name. Because I was trying to remember. Because I know he had a toy.
He looks like a predator, and he has the transformation and look of a predator, but he's actually a Tracon. And what's a Tracon? It's kind of what Iron Fist was. It was just a toy with a stupid giant gun thing that you made him hold really awkwardly.
Also, Iron Fist would be good.
Yeah. I'd go with Kalkar, who was the other Tracon, who was the weird red Jeep with the head that looked suspiciously like Clench's, but wasn't actually Clench, believe it or not.
There is no Clench here. That's another one as well, Clench.
Yeah, Clench would be really good. Yeah, because we haven't had... I think we've only had one Clench and just like a Botcon redo of him.
Yep, he was a redo of Onslaught, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it was the Universe Onslaught, wasn't he? That's right.
I've handled one of those. It's actually not a bad toy.
What, Kalkar or Clench?
Botcon Clench.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, I can believe that. I mean, the Onslaught was okay. I like the original toy Clench. I like him. I'd like to see Clench. I'll actually change my answer to Clench because it would be nice to see him. You could make him into in quotation Cybertronian truck. You know, have him face off against Prime to see who the real king of the road is.
Yep.
Ho ho ho. Stupid Motormaster. You shit.
But Clench has insane cool colors. Like I love Clench's colors.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like shocking pink,
deep
weird,
purple.
No, he didn't. I don't think he has purple.
I'm looking at him now. He's kind of sort of a really dark purple.
No, he was bluey.
He looks purple to me, but that could just be the whole "what is purple" thing.
Oh no, we're not going to do that.
Yes, we will.
No, and he had like a lovely lime green as well. Yeah. So go for clench. Why not? Hell yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I don't think it would pull me into they need to the weird thing about the siege line is it feels almost quite conservative in what they're doing for their designs for the toys.
Oh God, yes.
And I think it'd be nice if they did something. If they're doing the same characters who we've seen over and over again, like an Ironhide, maybe do something a little bit more interesting with the vehicle modes or something, just to give it a bit more pep. But maybe what I want just wouldn't make them money, and this is the surefire way to get money, and that's fine. It's boring, at least to me. What I want, I think what I want versus what the majority of Transformers fans want probably don't line up, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, but they're wrong, Andy.
Oh, damn!
You are... Andrew Millman is the truth that would lead us to the promised land of things.
I like things. Things are good.
Stuff and things.
Well, was that all of Spider-Mus's question, Mr. Mikey?
Yep.
All right. Well, we'll just do this question for this week. And we will pick up with any other leftover questions we have for next week. So, Mr. Mikey, where can people find you on the internet if you want them to?
You can find me on Twitter as Irish Paleo. You can also leave us some feedback, guys. The Twitter is Moonbase2. You can send us an email at moonbase2@gmail.com. You can send us something on Facebook. You can send us something on Libsyn. You can send us something on Patreon if you are a supporter. You could probably send us a smoke signal, but I wouldn't know what direction to look. I mean, it could be anywhere.
It could be. That's true.
It could be you.
Oh. All right.
I'm actually pausing and looking dramatically like there's a camera.
Wait, to the left or to the right or just above your computer or what?
Just off center.
Okay, that's fair. I get you.
What about you, Andy?
You can find me on Twitter as CCTFW, on YouTube as Cobra Commander TFW. You can find this podcast on the Moonbase 2 forums on Twitter, iTunes, Facebook, Libsyn, YouTube as Moonbase 2 Transformers Podcast. And you can head over to the Patreon page, which is patreon.com/Moonbase2. If you do $2 each month, you can get the extended version of From the Files of Teletron 2, and you get it a week early. Last month's is up, and will be up for everybody next week, or next Sunday, or something like that. But we will also be doing a show for that month as well. We just got a bit behind. Same for Moonbase Woo Woo, which is up now, which you and Jai did on DuckTales, so that was something else he did this week. I talked about 2019 DuckTales, so that is up on Patreon, and that's exclusive for those people. So you want to hear people talk about that really good show, go and listen to it there. And you can also head over to ccbunker.weebly.com for all of the stuff that we are on that isn't just, this. If we ever do get invited onto the stuff, is what I mean. Right, so Mr. Mikey, since we're done this week, thank you very much for joining me, sir.
I'm always happy to be with you, Andy.
I'm glad that you can almost say that and it not sound like a lie.
It was there was a pointed pause there, yes. I will admit.
You have been lying to me for enough years that you have become an expert. I appreciate that.
Yes.
So until next week, everybody, we will catch you laters.
Be at peace for as long as you can.